Hello everyone, this is Ashley Tucker from My Favorite Things. Today I have a snowy Christmas card to share with you using some of the brand new products. We haven't quite gotten any snow where I live. I live in upstate New York, so we do get a lot of snow when it does come. But you know what? I'm ready for it. I can't wait till the snow comes. I think that snow is really pretty. I like to really look at it from inside my house where I'm nice and cozy and not cold and not driving in it. I do not like to drive in the snow, but I just think it's so pretty, especially when it's freshly fallen on my backyard on the pine trees, and it makes me ready for Christmas. Anyways, the new release has some really great products in it for making snowy Christmas cards, including this background stamp. This is the Snowflake Flurry background stamp, and I'm using that on a piece of light gray cardstock with my Versamark ink. And I'm going to emboss this with a clear embossing powder. Now, I thought I loved this stamp when I saw it in the package, but I absolutely love the way it looked when I stamped it. I cannot even tell you, it is so pretty. I can see myself using this background stamp for many, many a Christmas card. I was actually a little sad that the design that I came up with for this card only used this very small piece of cardstock because I want to see more of this pattern, but next time I use this background, I will definitely use a bigger piece of paper so that I can see a ton more of that background. As for the size of that gray cardstock, it is 3¼ by 4½ inches. I mounted it onto a white piece of cardstock, which is just 1 inch larger all the way around. And then I took that whole thing and I popped it up with foam tape onto an A2 size white card base. Next, I grabbed these stackable snowflake dies, and I'm not even going to cut these apart because I want to cut out all 3 of them, and I'm cutting those out of some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock. And like the name suggests, these stackable snowflakes are stackable. You can stack them all together and make a really intricate snowflake, but I decided to use them all separately on my card, and I'm just going to pop those up with some foam tape. It was a little bit time consuming to cut all of those really tiny strips of the foam tape to add to the back of these snowflakes, but the dimension makes it so worth it. I love the dimension on these snowflakes, and it really kind of needs that dimension because the background is such a light color, and then I'm using the white snowflakes. So in order to really make them pop, that dimension is necessary. Next, I grabbed an alphabet die set. I'm using the Essential Alphabet die set from My Favorite Things, but you could use any alphabet dies that you have as long as they fit well with the design. So I took that whole alphabet die set. I didn't cut the letters out of it. I like to keep my alphabet dies all together in one piece because I don't lose any of the letters that way. It's just much easier to me. And I cut them out of a very dark green piece of paper. It might look a little bit black on camera, but it is a dark green. As you can see, I took the letters to spell the word joy, and I glued them onto my card using some liquid adhesive. I wanted to add a second sentiment to this, so I pulled out the Tremendous Friends stamp set. This is a stamp set that came out with the last release, I believe, and I picked a sentiment from that says Happiest of Holidays. I stamped it with VersaFine Onyx Black ink onto some white cardstock, cut it down into a strip, and then adhered it to the card using both liquid adhesive and foam tape. And of course, that foam tape was just in the areas that hang off the sides of the snowflakes so that all of the dimension was the same on that sentiment. To finish up the card, I added a few sequins. These sequins are white, but they are a little bit translucent. They kind of look a little bit like vellum sequins, and I added those with liquid adhesive off to the sides to fill in those spaces a little bit. And then I also used my Wink of Stella glitter brush to add some sparkles to the word joy, and then this card is all done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you really enjoyed today's card design and that it gave you some ideas for your own cards. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I'll see you next time.